started school, I couldn't speak English because my parents came from Austria, and so everything was German. Not that high German, but they called it low German, okay? And so I couldn't go to finish. I started for a while and I couldn't go. So they said, well, try to learn some English. So then we had an old fella. He was German too, but he was an old bachelor. And he was, like in those days, like if you got a man that didn't have a job, you give him a job, and then the government paid you $5 a month to keep that man, give him board and room, and let him do little chores. Well, he was the one that helped me with my schoolwork and my English and all that too, yeah. But my folks didn't keep the $5. They always gave it to him because he had to buy his own overalls and whatnot, you know. In those days, $5, pair of overalls, and $5 was gone. Well, it was that big furnace that sat in that corner, like the door was on the south side. There was a big furnace at the corner. It had a metal thing around it so the kids wouldn't get burned. And then it was up to the chimney, and then in the middle of the room that hung a big thing down like that, and that was supposed to be the chimney. And we were always scared that it was going to drop on somebody. We wouldn't want to sit there, you know. Yeah, but that's how they kept it warm. And the floor was just boards, and it was oiled so it wouldn't be dusty. And that was greasy if you did some games on the floor. You know what your knees looked like and everything? Yeah. And there was 3 big windows on the west side and 3 on the east side. And the blackboard was across the front. I was the hired man outside. My sister, that wasn't that well, she had to stay in the house. But on Saturdays when it came to cleaning the house, I still had to do that too. But I had to be all week outside. And then, like when I was in grade 8, like I passed to grade 9, got the books from the lady that was ahead of me. But that fall, it was wet or something. We couldn't do the harvesting. I had to stay home to help with the harvesting. That took a whole month. Then I said, well, I don't think I want to go back now. The other ones in my class are going to be all ahead of me. And I didn't like school that much because I didn't have time to do homework at home because I worked till dark outside and everything, you know. And then go up in your room with that little cola lantern and try to do some homework, and you're tired and everything. So, yeah, so I stayed home. I only had my grade 8, yeah, but I managed. Pipe Rock School, they closed it well, my kids even started going there, and then when there wasn't enough kids, they started busing them to Balgony, and that school was sitting there, so the Ladies' Aid, which I belonged to in White City by then, and they bought that building for just a few dollars and had it moved into White City, and because it was sitting just on the ground there was no basement, no furnace, no nothing. There was a big stove in the corner, and that's all we had, no power. But then they dug a basement in White City and put bathrooms downstairs. We had to run outside there in the winter, summertime especially, and then they made that into a play school. And then I had the honor of going there when they wanted to open it, and I had to have a speech there and cut the ribbon and put up a plaque they put up and for that I went to that school, yeah.